Hello, this is Adam Jr. with Systematic Front, and this is going to be an overview of every color rush hero in the game. There's a lot of stats on each card that are not shown on the back, so I'm just going to be talking about the stats on the back of the card. Just note there are more stats than that do impact gameplay beyond what I'm going to be talking about. So, first of all, starting out with Kyle Long. Kyle Long is going to have 74 speed, 81 strength, 85 pass block, 84 run block, and 86 impact block. I do like that he's a bit faster of a tackle. It should help with setting up blocks on the run. And I do like the 85 pass block and 84 run block and the impact block stats. So I do like his blocking stats. That being said, I feel like pass block can be compensated. You don't need high stats there if you just move around in the pocket with your quarterback properly. So I could afford lower pass block in exchange for higher run block or higher impact block. I really do like the impact block stat. Impact block is going to be when the lineman blocks someone, just shoves them straight to the ground. Obviously, that's going to be extremely useful in either run or pass. So having a high stat there is probably more important than either one individually. Though I imagine the impact block is going to be filtered through pass block or run block. So he is a good card. It is a strong card. Very solid start to this promo. Next is going to be AJ Green. AJ Green is going to have 83 speed and 62 strength, 85 catch, 82 acceleration. So for me, typically with my receivers, I either want someone who is fast or someone that is big and strong. Obviously, if I can get both in the same package, then that's going to be the holy grail of receiver, but typically I just want one or the other, and that's what we can reasonably expect. With this AJ Green card where you have 83 speed, 82 acceleration, he's not too fast of a receiver. 86 agility is pretty good. Really, you want a high combo between the three to really have a fast player, and he's only mediocrely fast. That being said, while he is a tall receiver, the 62 strength I don't feel like is going to play well against linebackers that are against him if he's in a corner route or just being able to hold on to the ball in general. So I wish I could like this card, and 62 strength is higher than a lot of receivers, but ultimately if I'm going to be getting an 87 receiver at this point, AJ Green probably isn't going to be it. Next is going to be Tyrod Taylor. Tyrod Taylor is going to have 89 speed, which is very, very, very fast. 89 throw power, which is pretty good. 89 short accuracy, 85 medium accuracy, and 85 deep accuracy. Obviously, 89 speed, 90 acceleration, 87 agility. He's going to be a fast, mobile quarterback, and some people really like that. That being said, 89 throw power, 89 short accuracy, obviously those are solid stats. They aren't the most solid stats throughout this promo, though. So while I do like him as a mobile quarterback, I feel like there are better options later on in the promo. If you are a Bills fan, if you are a Tyrod Taylor fan, obviously pick him up. It is a good quarterback. There are better cards, though, if you're not hyped up on the team specifically. Also, that being said, I really do think that height is very important at the quarterback position. If your quarterback is stuck in the pocket, then a lot of times if you try to throw a bullet pass, then the pass sometimes will hit the lineman, and sometimes if that's the only option, or at least the best option to get the throw off, you definitely want to have a full arsenal, variety of throws at your disposal, and short quarterbacks kind of take that away from you because of the risk of hitting linemen. Next is going to be Chris Harris Jr. Chris Harris Jr. has 83 speed, 44 strength, 85 agility, 83 acceleration, 89 awareness, 70 tackle, 86 man, 86 zone. First of all, I do like the balance between man and zone coverage in the cornerback, because cornerbacks do reasonably play both man and zone and play them about equally. So I really do like that he's balanced there. That being said, between the 83 speed, he's not really going to be able to keep up with elite wide receivers in the game. They might burn him on go routes, and also the 44 strength and 70 tackle is really going to just not make him a great player that can make tackles. And as you've seen, in my breakdown videos and in my gameplay, maybe your experience playing, other elite players, any great player at Madden Mobile is going to be able to complete passes against any sort of coverage or against any sort of personnel that you have. Ultimately, good players will still be able to complete passes. That being said, on your personnel side, you need someone that's going to be able to make tackles. And with him, with his 83 speed, he's going to be outran after they make the tackle. And then if he can catch them, his 44 strength and 70 tackle doesn't inspire a lot of confidence of actually being able to catch them. So while I do like his coverage stats, ultimately he's not going to be a cornerback that I use. Next is going to be Joe Thomas. Joe Thomas has 66 speed, 85 strength, 86 pass block, 81 run block, and 88 impact block. This looks like a very solid card. I love the 88 impact block for reasons I've already discussed. 88 impact block just allows him to pancake defenders to the floor. I really wish I could invert the pass block and the run block. Obviously, I don't want higher pass block. I feel like I can set up those blocks on my own just by manipulating the quarterback. Run block, though, does make more of a difference, and 81 is kind of a lower number that we'll see with these 87 cards. I really wish if I could flip those two numbers, this would be an ideal setup. Ultimately, it's not bad. I don't run very much in gameplay, so I don't really care too much about the run block. The impact block is great, so for me personally, I would get this card for sure. For someone who wants to be able to run a bit more than I do, they might want to take a second look at this card before they get it. Next is going to be Gerald McCoy. McCoy is going to have 72 speed, 83 strength, 85 awareness, 83 tackle, 84 power move, 85 finesse move, and 79 block shed. He is decently fast for a defensive tackle, which is pretty good, and he's strong too. 83 strength, 83 tackle is great. My issue with this card is the 84 power move and 85 finesse move. Basically, the way that this works is when he is in pass rush, he is either going to be using power move or he's going to be using finesse move to get to the quarterback. And so I imagine that the gameplay factors in, which one's higher to which one he uses. And so if he's going to be either using one or the other, and the game mechanics decide which one based on which is higher, then it would make sense that you want one to be very high and one to be very low. When they're balanced like they are, it's a lot of wasted stats that could be going somewhere else. Now, when you look at block shed, which is very important for defensive tackles because that's going to be getting off blocks on run plays, 79 isn't that great. I would love to be able to take away 6 or more points from either power moves or finesse moves. Either one is fine, and move that to block shed, because then he's still going to be a great pass rusher, because he's going to be mid 80s in his pass rush and the one that he actually uses, and also be mid 80s against the run. So I wish I could get a bit more block shed and a little bit less on the finesse moves. Outside of that, it is a very strong defensive tackle, and even as is, it's not a bad option. Next is going to be Honey Badger. Honey Badger is going to have 82 speed, 70 strength, 73 tackle, 84 man, 84 zone, 84 play recognition. First of all, let's talk about play recognition. That seems to be really just kind of a wild card, and it makes or breaks a lot of cards. In the past, we've seen play recognition just kind of go through the roof. It's not necessary. We had a positional hero Anthony Barr in the past, and a Ed Reed in the past, signature Ed Reed, in past years of Madden Mobile that were very good without high play recognition. So it's not necessary, but I do like seeing high play recognition nonetheless. That being said, at safety, you really want to have, at strong safety, you want to have a very fast strong safety, because he's going to be guarding corner routes like spot and smash and HB angle flipped and smash flipped as well, double hitch. Those corner routes against medium zone coverages are unguardable regardless of who it is. He's not going to be able to guard him. He needs to be able to make the catch. And if people load up fast players at those positions, then 82 speed is not going to be able to catch them. So I would love to see someone faster than that at strong safety. Even at free safety, safeties typically play a zone coverage, And so I want to see higher zone coverage than I see man coverage, because that's what he's going to be using most of the time. That being said, with the 84 man, 84 zone, he's not a good fit for either free or strong safety. I would really like a card like this at either nickel or dime, because they play more of a split between man or zone a bit more. That being said, for a brand new promo card, 87 overall, he's going to be a lot more invested. He's going to be a lot more of an investment than what people are wanting to put into a nickel or dime player that's on the field, 25 to 30% of the time. Next is going to be Joey Bosa. Joey Bosa is going to have 73 speed, 74 strength, 80 agility, 82 acceleration, 83 awareness, 80 tackle, 86 power moves, 89 finesse moves, and 85 block shed. He is decently fast for a defensive end. The 73 speed and 82 acceleration are okay. I would like to see something a little bit faster. Ultimately, pursuit would tell me a bit more. I love the 80 tackle. I love the high block shed as well. The 89 finesse move is awesome. Again, I would like to take a little bit more away from power move to add either the block shed or finesse move, or even move that to the speed stat would really make this card great. But I do like this card. I do feel like he's going to be lacking the speed to replace a lot of the defensive ends that are out there. But still, for Chargers fans, this is still going to be a solid card in gameplay. Next is going to be Travis Kelce. Travis Kelce is going to have 85 speed, 83 strength, 80 agility, 80 acceleration, 84 awareness, 87 catch. This card is solid. 85 speed is very, very, very fast for a tight end. Especially at this stage of the game, we don't have a lot of fast tight ends. That being said, corner routes to the tight end, like double hitch or spot, are very dangerous. And so if you train this guy up to mid-90 speed, where he's faster than a lot of the defenses, this guy is going to be scoring a lot of touchdowns, and he is a big, strong receiver. So he's one of those, in terms of relative to the tight ends that are out, he's kind of a holy grail combination of size and speed. I love this. I love the Travis Kelce card. Next is going to be Andrew Luck. Andrew Luck is the first tall quarterback that we're looking at. He has 83 speed, which isn't bad, 92 throw power, 91 short accuracy, 88 medium accuracy, and 86 deep accuracy. I personally love this card, and for me personally, this is a perfect quarterback. I don't really need a fast quarterback. Even with a slow Tom Brady who has something like 70 speeds or 60 speeds, oftentimes just by reading coverages and running when it's appropriate, I can get off 10 to 20 yard runs, and it's not too uncommon. It's just about running when it's appropriate and forcing that solution when it's the right fix for the problem. So 83 speed is very serviceable for a quarterback, long story short. What I love about this card is the 92 throw power is going to be great. A lot of the times when you're trying to make throws, there's a very limited window of opportunity to make that throw, especially at higher difficulties like All Madden, or at least against better defenses. So this is going to allow you to fit the ball into tighter windows, and then the 91 short accuracy, the high accuracy stats do that as well. Looking at the accuracy stats, the way that they work is short accuracy covers throws between 0 and 20 yards, medium accuracy is 21 to 40, and deep accuracy is throws 40 plus. Most throws fall in the short accuracy category, so that one is the most important. There are some deeper routes that will fall into medium accuracy, and not very much falls into deep accuracy. So it really does stage nicely in that his short accuracy is the best, and it's going to be the one that you use the most, and it tiers down to medium accuracy and deep accuracy. So for me, this is an ideal setup card. I love this card. This would be a card I would get, especially Andrew Luck is a big quarterback. This would be the card I would get if I was in the market for a quarterback. Next is going to be Terrence Williams. Terrence Williams is going to have 92 speed, which I believe is the highest base speed of any card in the game. Obviously, that's going to be great. Once you train him up to 99, it won't really matter too much after that. But he's going to be the cheapest or the fastest one to get to 99 speed. So I think that that's awesome. He's going to have 58 strength, 81 catch, 94 acceleration. So the 92 speed, 94 acceleration, 88 card, that's what makes this card. The 81 catch is serviceable. Obviously, I don't know how tall he is, but certainly the 58 strength doesn't give you a big physical target. So you're going to be relying on speed with this card. So as long as you know what you're getting into and give him the appropriate throws for that situation, this is going to be a very solid card. And I imagine at the high speeds, that's going to put him in probably higher. He's going to be a very popular pickup. Next is going to be Jarvis Landry. Jarvis Landry is going to have 83 speed, 60 strength, 84 agility, 83 acceleration, 85 awareness, 87 catch. Again, with wide receiver like this, he has, you know, less than mediocre speed and mediocre strength. There's really nothing highlighted about this card that would really make me want to pick it up, though the uniform is pretty cool. Next is going to be Jordan Hicks at middle linebacker. He's going to have 77 speed, 72 strength, 79 agility, 83 acceleration, 89 awareness, 84 tackle, 83 pursuit, 83 man, and then 87 zone. I do like this card a lot. 77 speed is pretty respectable for a middle linebacker. There's not a lot of linebackers that are that fast. Obviously, you'd like to see 80 speed, but really in ideal world, I mean, it just doesn't exist right now. He's pretty fast in terms of how fast middle linebackers are. I do love the balance between man and zone coverage. He is a bit higher in zone coverage. Personally, I prefer someone that is higher in man coverage, but that's just going to be more rare. Still, having 80s in both is going to be great. 84 tackle is going to be great. Obviously, you'd like to see a little bit more in the strength. But not having that, the 83 pursuits, I think also adds a bit more to the speed. Ultimately, it's going to be a good card. I just wish he was a bit stronger. Next is going to be Devonta Freeman. Devonta Freeman's going to have 86 speed, 65 strength, 88 agility, 85 acceleration, 85 awareness, 74 catch. With this card, I mean, we've already been given so many new halfbacks, so many 90 overall halfbacks that just outclass this card. So, you know, when it comes to an elite player in the game, let's bring this back up. 86 speed just doesn't inspire a lot of confidence. 74 catch doesn't really make him much of a dual threat in the passing game. It is a good card. It just doesn't stand out among the other running backs that are in the game. Bowman's always been a good middle linebacker, so I'm excited to see this card. This time we get 82 speed, which is great for a linebacker. I believe he's middle linebacker, yeah. 82 speed, great for a middle linebacker. 73 strength, could be higher, but then we have 89 tackle, 80 pursuit, 82 man, and 76 zone. What I love about this card is it is one of the few cards that you'll ever see in Madden Mobile of a linebacker that has higher man coverage than zone coverage. For whatever reason, that's rare, but man coverage typically tends to be harder to pass against than zone, so I love that he makes a hard situation more difficult by having better man coverage than zone coverage. It really is a great card. Obviously, I'd like to see higher strength, but overall, very well balanced, which is exactly what you'd want middle linebacker. If I had to pick a middle linebacker and just knowing how well Bowman cards play and seeing where this card is at right now, this may very well just be the linebacker I would pick. Next is going to be Odell Beckham Jr. He's 85 speed, completely insulted, and maybe rightfully so, kicking that joke, at 42 strength, 87 agility, 85 acceleration, 85 awareness, 85 catch, list goes on. Obviously, 85 catches are respectable, 87 agility, 85 acceleration, all acceptable stats. The 85 speed just isn't what I would like to see out of something that I would like to 85 speed isn't really something I would like to see out of something I would like to qualify or classify as a fast receiver. And with his very, very low strength, he's definitely not going to be a physical receiver. He's a mediocre fast receiver. Ultimately, it's going to be a mediocre card, and for the investment it takes to get these cards, it's just going to be just a mediocre decision in my opinion. Next is going to be Allen Robinson. Allen Robinson's going to have 87 speed, 64 strength, 86 agility, 90 acceleration, 81 awareness, 81 catch, 89 jump. Personally, I'm not a fan of the jump stat, and the reason is that I don't want to have to rely on jump in order for my receiver to make a catch. I want to throw them an accurate, open pass where they don't have to jump to catch it. They're just open. You know, that just seems to make more sense to me, and certainly possible when you learn how to read coverages. Moving on, I do like the 87 speed. Obviously, I like it a tad bit faster. He's not a physical receiver, not the fastest receiver. He's decent, just not my favorite receiver of all time. Next is going to be Leonard Williams. Leonard Williams is another player that typically is given very good stats. And looking at this one, first of all, so you see the 67 speed and 77 acceleration. They jump out. They jump out at you immediately. And for most people, it would be reason just to move on and not look at this card anymore. But if you look at the rest of the card, you have 81 strength, 87 tackle, 86 power move, 76 finesse move, 86 block shed. What I would love to see on this card, and what I think he's going to be, where he's going to be high at, is pursuit. If he has high pursuit, it would really help make up for his lack of speed. And if you ignore the lack of speed for a second, and you see that 86 power move and 76 finesse move, that's exactly what I'm talking about. And you know, being high in one stat, so he's going to use power move, he's not going to use finesse move. That's a low stat, which is perfect, and it allows him to be high in other places. Ultimately, I wish he was higher in speed, and there is, you know, no ultimately getting around that. He's going to be, I think he's going to outplay what people think he will. I do wish he was faster. I think he's going to play, especially if he has high pursuit, he might play faster than what people think. This, I think, is, it's not the best card in the world, but I think it might be the most underrated card in the world. We'll see what happens. Next is going to be Eric Ebron. He is going to have 87 speed, 78 strength, 87 agility, 87 acceleration, 81 awareness, 85 catch. This card is solid. He is certainly one of the fastest, might be the fastest tight end in the game base speed. I don't remember what Ingram has with his base speed. I don't think it's 87 to be honest, but certainly a very fast tight end, which is dangerous with plays like spot and double hitch, anywhere, PA tight end corner, plays like that, Eric Ebron will excel at. I love the card. 78 acceleration or 78 strength is good. When he's matched up against safeties with the deep corner routes, I mean, 78 strength should be enough to hold his own. I do love this card. This card is probably one of the best in the promo, and I hope that people recognize it because this is a great card. Next is going to be Clay Matthews. Before I get into Clay Matthews, I need to get a drink of water. Clay Matthews is going to have 81 speed, 83 strength, 82 agility, 87 acceleration, 87 awareness, 86 tackle, 84 pursuit, 64 man, and 73 zone. He is decently fast with 81 speed and 82 agility. 87 acceleration is particularly great. That being said, he really falls off when it comes to coverage with 64 man and 73 zone. 84 pursuit as well is also very high, so ultimately this is going to be a pass rushing linebacker and not a coverage linebacker. So I would fit him into an outside linebacker spot in a 3-4 defense, which would be Patriots, Bucs, Chargers, Bucs, Chargers, or Steelers is where this guy belongs. Ultimately, you still want balance because even in a 3-4, they are going to be responsible for coverage, but the other stats are high enough it kind of makes you want to, force it to work. Next is going to be Luke Kuechly. Yeah, forgive me, Panther fans. He's going to have 76 speed, 77 strength, 80 acceleration, 86 awareness, 87 tackle, 87 pursuit, 74 man, and 80 zone. He's going to have higher zone coverage and man coverage. Most linebackers do. I love the high pursuit stat. It should help make up for his slower speed stat relative to what we've kind of seen in other places. I wish he was higher in man coverage. Outside of that, I do love a card like this in either the middle linebacker or the 3-4 linebacker spot. he should play very solid. It looks like a very solid card. I wish he was a bit stronger, but I really think that he is going to play above expectations, as long as you don't have insanely high expectations. But ultimately, this should be a very strong card. Next is going to be Rob Gronkowski. Rob Gronkowski is going to have 83 speed, 83 strength, 85 agility, 81 acceleration, 80, 80, 80, 80. I love how balanced this card is. 83 speed is going to be extremely good for a tight end, and the 83 strength and 83 strength is also, he's going to be a strong, I think he's 6'6", 6'7", he's a very big guy, very fast guy, very balanced card. And so if you have this card should be relevant for a long time, because you can train it up, and as you train it up, he's going to maintain these high stats everywhere. If stats are capped at 99, then he's going to be reaching 99 in every stat at the same time, which means each power up, each level up, he's going to continue to get equally stronger, which is awesome. Awesome to see. As opposed to someone that has 90 speed now, after 7 levels, he'll be maxed out at speed, but still you have to train if you want everything else to be higher. So I love how balanced Gronkowski is. Very good card. Next is going to be Derek Carr. Derek Carr is going to have 83 speed, which I was just surprised that they gave Derek Carr 83 speed. I thought he would be a little bit higher. That being said, 92 throw power is great. 89 throwing accuracy is great. Medium accuracy is decent at 87, and deep accuracy is decent at 87 as well. I can really deal with, I want my deep accuracy to be as low as possible, because I want those stats to, go to somewhere else. I'm not going to be using my deep accuracy stats. So I wish that was lower and could go to somewhere else, especially short accuracy, or maybe speed if I wanted a mobile quarterback. Honestly, I'd probably put it in throw power and just have the throw power off the charts. So it is a reasonable card. Ultimately, I do wish that the deep accuracy was somewhere else, and Derek Carr is a shorter quarterback. So for me personally, it's just not going to be a card that I use. But if you're a Raider fan, or don't care as much about height than I do, then Derek Carr definitely is a solid option. Next to me, Jared Goff. Jared Goff is a tall quarterback, and he's going to have 87 speed, which is awesome. I think that this is certainly the fastest tall quarterback in the game, which makes him instantly viable. And then you also have the 92 throw power, which is just the best in the game right now, which is amazing. 87 short accuracy ultimately isn't the best that you have. You are going to be sacrificing speed and throw power for short accuracy, which is just the sacrifice you have to make. Cards right now aren't great at everything. I do wish I could take away some of the deep accuracy and put it somewhere else, but ultimately it's still a solid card, and if I was looking for a quarterback, it would be one I would strongly consider getting. Next is going to be CJ Mosley. Mosley is going to have 79 speed, 75 strength, 77 agility, 84 acceleration, 87 awareness, 86 tackle, 86 pursuit, 76 man, 78 zone. I do like the balance between man and zone coverage. I do wish it got a little bit closer to the 80s, but it just seems to be a very, very balanced very balanced middle linebacker. The pursuit, I think, will bring his speed stat and how he plays a lot higher than 79, which is already pretty high. I do think it's a balanced card. Nothing really jumps out as extremely special, but at middle linebacker, someone who's going to be in charge of pass rush and stopping the run and coverage, you really want someone who is balanced. And when they're balanced, you're not going to excel any one particular area. I really do think that CJ Mosley is an ideal middle linebacker. I like the card a lot, and it might be one of the best. It's certainly one of the best middle linebackers in the game. Next is going to be Trent Williams. Trent Williams is going to have 70 speed, 86 pass block, 86 run block, and 79 impact block. I'm not a huge fan of 79 impact block. Obviously, I think impact block is very important, and 79 just isn't that great. Also, the 86, the pass block and run block being equal, isn't that isn't that appealing to me. I really want to see a higher run block than pass block because I don't need high pass block. And if you are a believer in pass block and run block, you might like this card a little bit more than I do. But ultimately, I think we can all agree that impact block is important, and the 79 number just, no. Next is going to be Drew Brees. I really love this version of the Drew Brees card. Typically, Drew Brees has had just low throw power, which has made him difficult to use. The 92 throw power, though, just makes him just top of the charts in the category. Still has 90 short accuracy, which is awesome, and also has the lowest in deep accuracy category, which is what I want to see. 89 medium accuracy is great. 75 speed obviously isn't great. He's not going to be your average. He's not going to be your typical mobile quarterback. That being said, I am a big believer that you don't need a fast quarterback to be successful. So if you wanted to make him work, I believe you certainly could in that regard. My big complaint with Drew Brees that will ultimately never be fixed is just that he is going to be another 6-foot quarterback. I believe he's just going to be too short to be reliable, because if I have to worry about hitting linemen in the back every single time that I throw it, that doesn't meet my definition of reliable. So I wish I could like that card. It's not something I would use. Russell Wilson's also going to be in that category of short quarterbacks that I'll personally never use. 86 speed is pretty good. There's 88 throw power, 90 short accuracy, 88 medium accuracy, and an 85 deep accuracy. I do like how the accuracy staggers. I don't like the 88 throw power. I wish that was a little bit higher. We've seen cards with both higher throw power and accuracy who just aren't quite as quick, but you don't really need that quickness. And even Jared Goff, I think, gives Russell Wilson a run for his money in every category and is also a higher quarterback. So I think regardless of whatever kind of quarterback you're looking for, there's something better than Russell Wilson in this promo. Next is going to be Antonio Brown. Antonio Brown, I really wish I could like his cards because he is such a great player. It just seems his strengths in the NFL are just so intangible. It's hard to capitalize them in stats, and we kind of see that here. 86 speed, 56 strength. You know, he's obviously not going to pass it as a big physical receiver. He's short and weak in terms of strength, and 86 speed just doesn't bring a lot to the table. It's just an average card, unfortunately, and I don't feel like Antonio Brown will ever get a card that does him justice. Next is going to be Kareem Jackson. Kareem Jackson is going to have 90 speed, 55 strength, 83 agility, 90 acceleration, 84 awareness, 71 tackle, 79 man, 84 zone, 81 catch. So this cornerback, I love the 90 speed. With all the new receivers that people have, you know, if people are throwing deep routes, deep go routes, Kareem Jackson should comfortably be able to keep up with them. He will be relatively quick to get up to 99 speed, which is important. Ultimately, with 55 strength, 71 tackle, he's not going to be able to make tackles, and ultimately I like physical corners that can make tackles, but if I had to pick either physicality or speed, I would certainly pick speed. So Kareem Jackson is still definitely a solid cornerback. Next is going to be Brian Orakpo. Orakpo is going to have 87 overall, 76 speed, 86 strength, 74 agility, 82 acceleration, 87 awareness, 86 tackle, 85 pursuit, 72 man, and 76 zone. Another linebacker that excels more in zone coverage than man coverage, though ultimately he's not great in both, and he's going to be more of a 3-4 linebacker than a 4-3, and actually I think he might be one of the better 3-4 linebackers in the game, because 74 zone, when he plays zone coverage, is going to be pretty good, though he'll play more man than zone. So a 3-4 linebacker doesn't really exist, but you want a linebacker that's higher man than zone and is serviceable in both. The 76 speed, 82 acceleration, 74 agility is kind of average, but I love the high tackle and the high pursuit, and it should make him play a little bit faster than he is. Ultimately, I do think he is a very solid option in the 3-4 defense. Finally is going to be Xavier Rhodes. Xavier Rhodes is going to have 87 speed, 87 strength, 89 agility, 85 acceleration, 83 tackle, 83 awareness, 80 tackle, 83 man, 86 zone, and then 77 catch. I really do love this cornerback. This 87 strength is off the charts for a cornerback. Pair that with 80 tackle. He is a big physical cornerback and should be able to make the tackle. Also, he has 87 speed, which is still pretty high for a cornerback, and it's easily going to be trainable in order to keep up with some of the more elite receivers in the game. I really think that this is just a perfect combination for a cornerback. High speed, high strength, just a big physical player. Not equal, but at least mid 80s in both man and zone coverage. Just makes him very balanced. I love the Xavier Rhodes card. It'll probably be the one that I get if you can only really grind out one player. This is a solid card, and one, even if you're not a Vikings fan, one that I would recommend looking at. Sorry for the flip. Now, flipping on to the defensive units. There is the Gangrene unit, which has 3% run play, counter chance, 3% on short pass, and 3% counter chance on long pass. Doesn't do anything for play action. This really isn't better than the units that are out right now, and it takes a pretty significant investment in order to get this unit. This card should be the rarest card in the game because it's honestly worthless. Do not get that card. Now, the big blue defensive unit. This thing has 4% on long pass, 4% on play action, and 100% on PAFL fly. I absolutely love this card. And obviously it's dependent on what units come out in the future. There will be more units coming out, but this is a solid unit. A big reason that I like it, first of all, I love the boost to play action plays. When you have critical counters against play action, it's basically a guaranteed sack, and it's really the only passing category where a counter results in a critical sack. That being said, it also has the hard counter against PAFL fly, and PAFL fly is a very, very dangerous play. It's very popular. I imagine a lot of you know about it. It is very popular in head-to-head, very popular in tournaments, one of the most popular plays in tournaments that there is, and it really doesn't have a good combo partner. There is halfback dive weak, which is a great run play. It's not as popular this year as it has been in previous years, but having this unit allows you to not have to partner halfback dive weak with something else, and it has halfback dive weak has a lot of other plays you can partner it with. So this is a very well received card in the current state of the game. I love this card. Definitely top notch. So this is my overview of the Color Rush heroes and the defensive units. There's going to be bosses coming, and if you guys like this video, I'll put out a review on the bosses as well. For now, I really hope that this helps. If you like this video, please let me know. Your feedback means a lot. Thank you for watching. I really appreciate your support, and have a great day.